The whole issue of oil pipelines is at the forefront again, in particular the Trans Mountain Expansion Project. The National Energy Board put out a new report on the scheme today, and it will please the oil industry and displease a lot of other people.
The report contains an overall recommendation that the Trans Mountain Expansion Project is in the Canadian public interest and should be approved.
The CBC's Salima Shivji has been studying this decision and joins me now live from Ottawa. Hi, Salima. So what are the major points that you're seeing in this?
Well, not an unexpected conclusion from the National Energy Board. This is what a lot of people were thinking would happen today. They were, of course, tasked to go back and look at something that they hadn't looked at before when they initially recommended approval for the pipeline expansion project. And that was the effect on marine life around the end terminal of the pipeline in Burnaby, BC. So as you mentioned, they do say that there would be significant adverse environmental effects on the southern resident killer whale in the area, a species that's already endangered, as well as quite a large rise, significant rise in greenhouse gas emissions from the increased tanker traffic as a result of this. But they still say it is in the public interest. This project should go ahead. There are 156 conditions imposed on the project. And also, with this scope in particular about marine life, 60 new recommendations related to the making sure the health of marine life in that area in the Salish Sea is not affected too much. So here are some of those. They do talk about the need for a robust plan to manage any oil spill that happens in the area, even though they say an oil spill would be quite unlikely, and ongoing monitoring of the response that would be available in case there is a spill. They also want to recommend measures to offset the increased underwater noise, which has, of course, a major effect on the southern resident killer whales, as well as measures to make sure that all of the shipping vessels passing through that area are safe, whether they are big vessels or smaller vessels, and reduction of the greenhouse gas emissions that those marine vessels would put out as they are moving through the area. So, you know, things like using low carbon alternate fuels, and that is among the recommendations here, these 60 new recommendations. However, the recommendations are not binding. A condition is written in law, and then the NEB makes sure it is complied with, but a recommendation is just advice to the government. Take a listen on a little bit more of that.
Although the NEB's recommendations to government are directly related to its environmental assessment of the project-related marine shipping, the NEB is of the view that, if implemented, they may assist in mitigating risks and effects of all marine traffic in the area.